Welcome to Pause Contact, a show where we get to see another side of our local heroes. I'm your host, Luis Pacheco, and today we're joined by two Dallas police officers. Elsie is born and raised here in Dallas, attended Townview High School. After high school, Elsie attended Texas Women's University, where she graduated with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Elsie joined the Dallas Police Department in 2012, where she served in Northwest Patrol, CRT, Gang, and currently is in P&I. Daisy is originally from Wichita, Kansas, is the youngest of four. After high school, Daisy enlisted into the Marine Corps, where she served in supply administration and in the military police. After leaving the Marines, Daisy joined the Dallas Police Department in 2013, where she has served as a 911 call taker, Northeast Patrol, P&I, and is currently a detective in robberies. Welcome to the show, Daisy. Thank you guys for coming. How do you guys know each other?
Because she was in uniform. She was walking out of Quick Trip, and I was walking in Quick Trip. And I remember seeing she had like the DPD headband. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, as a call taker, I was like, I want that gear. So I wanted to ask, I remember seeing like, I want to ask her where she got it from, but I didn't know her. So I think we didn't see each other again for a few years. I think we just ran into each other again after she went to Gang. I ended up going to Gang physically, not on paper, but P&I started off under Gang.
How was your first day at P&I?
It was unknown because I feel like we really were still trying to figure out the concept of the operational aspect of P&I, and I was kind of just by my lonesome. So I kind of hung out with Gang and went on their ops with them.
Speaking of first days, I talked to one of your old partners. I heard your first day on CRT was wild.
Oh. So you talked to Francis.
I talked to
Francis.
I talked to Francis. He says we put her through the ringer on the first day.
He did.
So
I remember it was going from patrol. Like you hear the CRT guys for bits and pieces because they obviously have their own communication and everything. So you hear bits and pieces, and then you see them and they have somebody in custody. Yeah. So my first day with Francis, we got into a car chase / foot chase, and that was not my first foot chase, but. I remember we stopped the car, the guys bailed out, and then Francis looked over at me to try to explain to me that I also needed to go after the passenger, and I was already like out the door. I was like, you didn't have to tell me. But I remember that day very vividly. I remember there being something falling off of a trailer of some sort. I remember thinking we're going to die. But my experience with Francis was a lot of fun.
There's a version of his story where he pushed you out of the car, and I was like, I gotta ask her.
No. I will correct that.
He was like, I pushed her out to chase that guy while I went this way.
No, there was no pushing involved. I remember he was a great partner there. I learned a lot from him.
Tell me, before we get started, how's y'all's tolerance with spice? Did y'all grow up eating spicy food?
I did. Too. I did.
I like to not fry my taste buds. So when people are like crying and sweating, and like my dad, like he'll sit there, and I'm like, dude, you're suffering. Yeah. Like you're red in the face, you're sweating, but he continues to eat it, and I feel like no, I like my spiciness to add to the flavor of the food.
Well, shoot, let's dive in. Easy,
mild,
very mild. And you told me Ninfa's is always like just hits home for you.
God, yes. Ninfa's, it's a Tex-Mex restaurant. So there used to be one here in Dallas, and my mom used to be a waitress there. So I grew up eating that. Like it was like back in the 90s where she would take me to work with her. And I'd sit there and I'd eat my little fajitas and my tortillas and stuff. And now that it's not here, I'll have my husband even like drive me. It takes like an hour and 20 minutes to get to Waco. That's the closest one in Waco. Only place? There's one in Houston, which is the original. But it's a 4 hour drive. Yeah. So we
make
drive.
Him do it.
I remember Ninfa's here. I remember it being here.
Yeah, so it's
I wasn't
comfort.
a fan though.
What? Oh. I love it. Maybe it's just because I grew up eating it and it's comfort for me. But I just love those tortillas because they're just so thin and like just so good.
All right, let's get into our second wing.
Kicked it up a little bit.
That's his
you feel it? Taste it?
I like that.
Guys, we talked about favorite place to vacation. Italy was on your bucket list. But you also mentioned San Miguel de Allende.
Allende.
I didn't even know where that's at. It's in Mexico. So what is it? What made you decide like that's the place to go?
I first saw it on Spotify, believe it or not, because, it wraps up your end of the year like list. Well, one of the things that it tells you says, hey, your music taste mostly resembles certain part, whatever part of the region it, corresponds to the most, and mine was San Miguel. I was like, what the heck is that? And I was like, oh, it's in Mexico. And I looked, and I started looking at it on Instagram, on Pinterest, and I was like, that looks so pretty. It looks like a very, kind of almost looks fake, like a very picturesque, like Mexican style where it's like the stone paved, roadways. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, when you Google it, it's gorgeous.
It is so pretty. Like the cathedrals that are down there are beautiful. And as much as I have always loved and been interested in going to Italy, like that took a back seat to this other place, because aside from the fact that it's my music taste resembles it quite a bit, I feel like I love el Dia de los Muertos, and they have really beautiful Dia de los Muertos celebrations there.
And then we talk. I'm jealous. Go to Hawaii twice a year. It sounds like it's traditional.
No, it wasn't a tradition. It was literally like, hey, let's go. We'd go. We had such a great time, and then towards the end, it felt like we needed to get away again, just because this job is just so draining on us. Yeah. And I'm like, what can we do? And we're just like, let's just go to Hawaii again. If we can make it happen, why not? Mm-hmm. So it became a thing where we went twice a year, 1 year, and then the next year, spring break came around for the kids, and we're like, what can we do? The girls were like, let's go back to Hawaii.
Let's do it.
So it became a thing. We're like, okay, instead of going back to the same island, let's go to a different island. So there's so many islands in Hawaii that, we just try to go to a different island every single time now. But it didn't start off that way, but now it's a tradition.
Yeah, the kids will love it. They're going to remember that forever.
And all the fun things that they've gotten a chance to do, because my daughters are really shy. Like, that's just their natural, personality. They're really shy. They're in their shell. But when we take them to Hawaii, they do all these things, like Aubrey, my oldest, jumped off of a cliff. Like, I in a never million years would ever do that. And to see her be able to do something like that, like the confidence level, it's just something that we can remember, taking them there.
Awesome. Well, let's get into our third wing.
Okay. I'm tasting the spiciness.
Let's kick it up a notch. That's not.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. You guys said your tolerance was not.
It's not bad. It's not bad. But I taste it.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel my tongue burning at all. I was like, I'll just give it a second. It's kind of really early.
I spoke a little too soon on that one. There was something that I wanted you to share with me or with everyone, is that you are a plant mom.
Nobody told me that when you hit 30, you just kind of, turn into let me see what hobby I can pick up. Yeah. It's nice to see that you care for something and see it, not wither up and die. But you fertilize it, you have to mix the soils, you have to get good sunlight, and then seeing all the green, especially the pothos, they grow so much.
What's your hubby think about all the plants?
At first I think he didn't know really what to think. I don't think he realized what he was getting into, because we didn't have that much space, so there was just enough plants where it's like, hey, he's kind of like, oh. But I'm sometimes may or may not buy a new plant, and I'll put it in an old pot and then just tuck it in the back. Babe, look at my plant.
When you were in the gang unit with us, do you remember the little plant that you brought into the office?
Yes, my chola plant.
Your chola plant.
Yeah.
It had little eyes, and it had the little blue bandana, and I'll never forget that, because I was like, this is fitting.
She has fake eyelashes, and she has tattoos, and she has fake hoop earrings.
But I remember her bringing that plant in, and I was just like, what? But she was like, I'm taking care of her. Just I'm gonna leave her here because the windows are perfect.
Because I didn't have any windows.
Yeah,
it thrived.
And I mean, she's a little chola gang, gang themed plant.
It was perfect.
Well, let's move on to number 4.
No, because the last one had a little bit of a kick, so I'm scared.
Go on.
Yeah.
Man, that was a big bite.
Daisy, you told me
start rolling down.
What's that?
Sorry, I think
my eyes are watering.
Down.
Daisy, one of your biggest pet peeves is rude people. Has it always been that way?
Yeah, rude people.
Fight through it, Daisy. Fight through it.
I'm just gonna focus on something.
All right, rude people. My mom and dad, they're very nice, down to earth people. You don't have to be friendly to everybody, but don't be rude.
Yeah.
I'm out and about, and I see somebody, especially waiters or waitresses. When I see them being rude to a waiter or waitress, to me, I'm like, that drives me insane.
Yeah.
I have walked out of dates, for that.
You sound like you just had a really good upbringing.
Yeah, well, because I'm just like, how about you just be a decent human being?
I'm sorry, your story is so touching, and I'm like, that's great.
Try talking.
You guys are good. You guys are doing great. You're doing great.
I don't know, man.
We're at the very end. We're 3/4 of the way done.
Okay.
Hold it together,
Girl.
my story was touching. That's why
it was very touching.
Very touching.
That's all it was.
Yeah, you had a good mom and dad. You had a good upbringing.
And I'm very grateful for it, because like I said, you can be rich, you can be poor, you can be whatever. but it's a cost of nothing to be not rude.
Oh, you guys ready?
Oh, no.
No, man. I
Yes.
just got to keep my hands away from my face.
Keep them away from the face. All right, we're going second to last one. Let's do it.
Oh, they rolled off. It said no.
Well, to be honest, my mouth is still on fire from the previous one.
Why? I'm feeling the burning between my nose and my lip, my eyes.
I want to take
my
another
fingers.
bite because I feel like, yeah, no. I'm gonna
No,
wait.
don't do it.
Yeah.
Why would
I'm
you
not,
do that?
I'm
No,
not.
don't do
No.
it.
We talked earlier about worst habit,
Oh.
and so it's not that bad.
Oh, it's terrible.
Tell me why.
Because I can't help it. So I'm late everywhere.
Are you late for work?
Yes.
Today.
It kind of, yeah. I was late today. But I'm so time blind. I am time blind. I have no sense of time at all whatsoever. I kid you not. I will, especially if I'm at work and I hyper focus, I will not get up. I will not eat. I will not go to the restroom. I'll sit there for 4 hours, doing what I'm doing. I'm not getting up. And then I'm like, I see days come in. I'm like, they're like, hey, what are you still doing here? I'm like, oh.
I heard different. I heard your worst habit was hitting curbs. What's your side of the story?
Was that Delgado?
I heard your worst habit was
I don't know.
you would hit every curb imaginable.
That is such a lie. And
I heard a story that you hit a curb with an AP in the back.
Oh my gosh.
But
No.
Tell me the story.
Yes, the tire popped. But
So you had a prisoner in the back.
yes, we did.
You hit a curb.
It was I moved it. I don't even know how it happened.
Of course.
Thank goodness that tow truck driver helped me out. He came in and fixed the tire right away, so it wasn't even that bad. But yeah, I had a prisoner in the back. I think it was a Tahoe. That's why I don't drive the Tahoes though. I don't drive the Tahoes.
And then there just happened to be a news camera right down the street.
What? Yeah, there was a news camera down the street as well. It was over on Dolphin. Yes, it was the crew that was stealing all the heavy machinery from the construction sites. It was a very good crew, by the way. So there was a lot of moving parts. There's a guy being bit by the canine further down, and I got the dude in the car, and I don't even remember how it popped, but I just remember I was like, no. But that was the one time it happened. The one time. So these curves don't just jump out at all.
No, it seemed like it was neck and neck with being late and hitting curbs was a bad habit.
No.
I'm late a lot, but I don't see it as a bad habit. For me, it's like I justify it in my head. I'm just like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's to be late. Like, what is it to be a few minutes late here and there? What is it? And if everything gets done, what difference does it make? I don't know. I'm also really messy. Not my house, though. My house is very clean, very organized, very pristine. But if you go to my desk, it's embarrassing.
What about your car?
So,
The car. Oh, that's it. Got it.
But she has kids.
No, I got kids.
Oh.
We all.
The kids are like, Mom, you're ridiculous.
No, it's not the kids and I, because Chase, my husband, has he has to have his cars clean, so he gets them detailed every so often. So he'll get mine detailed, and then within the day or two, I spilled something, or I eat in my car, and I'm very messy when I eat for some reason, and there's just food crumbs everywhere, or when I was working deep nights, I'd pick up breakfast on my way home. There's food bags everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm messy.
I would say that's more of a bad habit than.
Which I don't see it as an issue, so I won't admit to it.
I don't think it's a bad habit at all.
It's not a bad habit.
No. All right, guys, we're gonna go to our last wing.
Oh boy, it's pretty red.
It is very red.
It's red.
This is the last question. What is number one on your bucket list? You got it, girl. You got it.
I would love to have, I love dogs, old dogs, senior dogs. And sometimes there's people that just don't want to deal with senior dogs. One of my favorite charity centers is Frosted Faces. And they just get all these dogs because you see them and it's they're at the end of their life, man.
Yeah.
I just want them to be showered in comfort and love and not be in a shelter and be so that I would say that's something that I would love to do, especially even going into retirement.
Part of the organization, or own one, or own it.
Yeah, have my actual own one. Because I think right now I have my old man at home, Dino. He's 12, going on 13. White face. He started out, he's a boxer. He had a black face and now he's white. Yeah. So I think that would be something that I would genuinely enjoy to do.
And what was your bucket list?
So mine's a little more selfish and all that. I love listening to Daisy because she's so selfless. She's like, I want to help. I want to do this. And I'm just like, I want to learn how to swim. That has been on the top of my bucket list for forever. I just want to learn how to swim.
And you're getting a pool here soon from what you told me.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. I mean, like, it's inevitable. It's inevitable.
You know what's embarrassing? Because my kids know how to swim. My 4-year-old knows how to swim.
Yeah.
I don't know how to swim.
You don't know how to swim?
What?
See, yes. I'm telling you because
The Marine Corps taught me how to survive in the water, but I cannot swim to save
Y'all
my
are like
life.
2 peas in a pod right there.
Yeah.
Neither one of y'all can swim.
Man, I could float like the best though.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but
I can't. But I could splash around pretty well.
You don't wear like a life vest or anything?
No, so the last cruise that I say cruise, but the little like, ship experience that we did or whatever it's called, they had a pool noodle. And they were like, we don't have any life vests because, normally people that, go on this excursion, they know how to swim. And I was like, I'm fine. I'm sitting there trying to keep it. And my husband's like, no, she needs a life vest. Like, she cannot swim. And I'm trying to keep it cool. And I'm like, no. It's like, I'm trying to be like the cool girl. I'm like, absolutely not. I got this. Like, the pool noodle's fine. So he grabs 2 pool noodles for me, thank God, because I wasn't going to ask for more than one. So I'm like grabbing it. I'm like casual, trying to keep it cool for the kids. And I'm just like, this is amazing, girls. This is great. Internally, I'm panicking. I am like, I will never, it's the worst experience for me, but I do it for the kids. But I do have to learn how to swim.
Did you do anything like when you got done out of the pool, you were like, I need a drink. Give me a Xanax.
Oh my God, immediately. Because I'm gripping the pool noodle and my daughter, like her flipper's falling off and she's like grabbing me. Mommy, my flipper fell off. And I'm just like, please don't grab onto me. Please don't touch me. Don't go anywhere near me. And I'm like, yeah. And I know my husband can see it in my face. And he's just like, don't touch her. She's not the person to go to. Like, I love that he picks up on it because
for the safety of the children.
For the safety of everyone, don't.
Yeah, that is funny.
But no, I do need to learn.
Well, guys, that concludes the interview. Thank you guys so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. I hope y'all guys had fun.
Yeah,
and,
thank you for having us. We appreciate it. Thank you for frying some of my taste buds.
I was hoping to get a little bit more burn from you guys, but I think it was good enough.
Yeah, no, we're good.